To finish off Expo Week, I decided to play the best 3 Expo decks in my opinion, which are 3.0 Expo Cycle, this Pumpo version right here, which is super solid, and then, of course, Icebow. You could never leave that out. So yeah, I'm going to play some games with each deck, and hopefully you guys enjoy. Here we go. So starting off with 3.0 Expo, I am running the version with Ice Spirit. You can run Electro if you want, but honestly, I've played a bunch of 3.0 in my life, and I just prefer the Ice Spirit myself. It feels more clean to me. Electro Spirit is probably a better overall card, but I like Ice Spirit. I like the little freeze aspect that you have with it. This guy is a hunter, so immediately makes me think Royal Giant, which is, you know, not a horrible matchup despite what you might think. So he does go for the log. I'm going to go for these skellies up top right here. Kind of interesting that he has a log and not a barb barrel if it is going to be the RG deck. Looks like it might be something off meta though, because he does have a mini P.E.K.K.A. This guy's name is literally mid-ladder, so who knows, you could be expecting anything here. But I had a weird experience today, so I was walking down my street. I live on like a gravel road, so hardly any cars ever come by on the road that I live on, rarely. So like if I'm walking for a mile or something, I'll see maybe one car drive past. But there was this car that drove past today, and they stopped. They like slowed down and stopped next to me, like they wanted to talk to me. So I was like, okay, what's up? So I went over there, and it was this older gentleman and his wife, I think, and they were like pretty up there in age. I mean, maybe in their 80s or maybe even 90s. I don't even know. And he was like asking me a question, but I couldn't understand what he was saying. So I had to ask, you know, I was politely asking him to repeat himself. And he started, like, he repeated himself, but I couldn't understand it. It didn't make any sense to me. Like, I was either being completely dumb, or his sentence wasn't quite coming out the way it was supposed to. And I just felt so bad, like I couldn't help him, because I thought he was asking me for directions or something, but I couldn't even understand what he was saying. And then after I was like trying to figure it out, he just rolled up his window and left. And I was like, dude, I don't know what I just did wrong. I was trying to like help, but apparently he was fed up with me trying to figure out what he meant. And yeah, that was it right there. But it was definitely an encounter that I will not forget, because it was just caught me so off guard. I never had something like that happen. This guy just arrowed my king tower, and he missed one of the archers. That's kind of hilarious, but we're just going to go Ice Spirit the bridge like this. I felt like I was going insane. I was like, what the heck? But what is he playing, by the way? What a weird deck. He's got arrows. Of course he has arrows with RG. By the way, I'm telling you what, there's something coded into Clash Royale. If you put archers in your deck, you will face arrows 70% of the games. It's actually crazy. And I swear this is true, because I've played enough of the archers to just figure this out myself. I'm telling you, it's kind of funny. But he does go for the RG the bridge. That was a kind of a nice prediction, even though I'm not going to lie, I wasn't even trying to predict that. I was just trying to DPS down the mini P.E.K.K.A. without giving him a quick arrows, and, you know, my archer's getting no value. So hopefully that's all for his spells. Did he also play Zap? I can't remember. No, he had Log, right? Yeah, he had Log at the beginning of this game. So he goes for a Hunter. Oh, I guess I'll just go ahead and Fireball Log this Hunter off the map. Don't really have the greatest cycle ever. Let's go Larry's to make sure that Giant Skeleton does not connect, but we should be fine even with him having arrows, as long as the RG doesn't connect, and he shouldn't have a big spell, I don't think. We shouldn't have that many issues getting, you know, damage off on his unit. So I'm going to go for the Knight plus Ice Spirit on top of this. I'm also just going to go for a low Tesla here. Actually, yeah, I'll put it low. I mean, it doesn't really matter, I guess, if he has no big spell. He has a Lightning? What? Oh no, things just changed really drastically. You have, wait a minute. This is my first game with 3.0 Expo. You have Lightning Arrows, Giant Skeleton RG. I think it's safe to say this is impossible for me, but we're still going to find a way to win. That doesn't discourage me. I'm going to go for the Knight to back. I guess he is a mid-ladder player for sure, based off of his name. Let's go for the Tesla up top like this. Now, I'm going to early archers. They're not going to get that much value hardly ever, but I've got to try and maximize the amount of DPS I can get off of them before he arrows them every single time, if he has arrows in rotation, of course. So that was a pretty good defense. I actually like that defense a lot. We DPS down the RG before it really causes me any issues. And you know what? I'm going to get aggressive here. He's most likely going to Zappies on top of this. Oh my goodness gracious, that was really bad timing. He does Zappies. Shoot, I got to fireball this quickly. I'm going to fireball quick. Get down. Nah, he's going to mini P.E.K.K.A. Wait, he didn't actually get a swing off, because he used the ability, so it slowed down the mini P.E.K.K.A.'s trajectory. Is that the right way to describe it? Anyways, enough yapping about that. I'm going to go for the Xbow again. He just used arrows, right? So I'm going to go for the archers to predict the RG right now. That's not an RG. That is a Giant Skeleton. Still, that's still okay. And he also does go for the RG, so I feel like my archers are going to get quite a bit of value now. I'm going to go for the Knight down low. That shouldn't hit the archers. Oh my goodness, evil archer value, dude. Let's go. Let's go for the archers again. I'm going to fireball his tower, because I think we need to get the spell cycle advantage. I'm also going to shove an Xbow so he cannot pressure me. If he's defending, then he can't go RG, so I would win the game, right? Like, hypothetically. So I'm just going to go for the Knight the bridge to try and tank for as long as I can for my Xbow. He's most likely going to RG this other lane, so I got to be kind of careful. I'm going to Skellies predict the RG, and then fireball log on the left-hand side. I need to go Evo Tesla as soon as I can. Xbow's connecting on tower, and we are going to be RG Arrows Lightning in the first game, which sounds like it should never happen, but I think we did a decent job of just making him play defense right there and not allowing him to build the push that he wanted. Then, of course, he just wasn't paying attention to my Xbow and was focusing on winning the game, and the Xbow locked and finished off his tower for us. So solid first win. Up against Wrath in this next one right here. What does Wrath stand for? Does anyone know? I have no idea. I kind of want to Google it right now, but I'm kind of in a Clash Royale match as well. Maybe I should pull up Google mid-game and just start asking. That would actually be kind of funny. Anyways, I'm going to go for the archers like this. Don't you dare tell me it's Giant Graveyard, by the way. If I see an arrows again... Dude, it's actually... I'm not even kidding. I've got to do a study on this. We're going to make a research project. Every person that has archers in their deck, you've got to send me how many times you face arrows, because this is crazy. You got to... It's insane. Like, I can't even stress this enough. I genuinely think it's rigged. If you put archers in your deck, you will see arrows more. And Arrows is a good card, don't get me wrong, but this good? No. Anyways, Giant Graveyard is one of the worst matchups for 3.0 Xbow, so we're going to have to play this game pretty darn good if we are going to have a chance of winning. Now, Evolution Tesla is going to be our bailout on defense. Whenever he does go for the graveyards, we can go for Evo Tesla's low, and then that should be, you know, pretty cool or whatever. But I'm just going to go ahead and cycle my Ice Spirit, the bridge, rather. I'm in a really good mood today, and I hope you guys are having a great day as well. And I saw, you know, somebody say they came back to Clash Royale in the comments, like, after 7 years and were asking for free-to-play advice on what deck to use and stuff. And I was like, dude, that's hype. Because I feel like there's not that many new people that play this game or, you know, at least haven't played in a while and are like, yeah, let's come back and play the game again. And, of course, I want new people to play, and I would love to help people start out or, you know, continue getting better. And that's kind of the goal, like, partially of my channel is just to make you guys better at the game, number one, and also just be enjoyable to watch. That's literally all I want to do is make people, you know, like, happy, enjoy the content, I guess. But this guy is not really playing that well. I think we could definitely outcycle him. We are almost in double, and double is going to be tougher, I think, because he's going to be able to get back to his archers quick, or not archers, arrows quick enough for my archers, rather. And I think it's going to be just a difficult time overall trying to defend the Giant Graveyard pushes. We have to rely on the opponent being too aggressive and maybe doing something dumb. Fireball cycle will not really work in a matchup like this because I'm going to need my fireball for this witch pretty much every single time. I can get the fireball log. If you time this correctly, you can kill the witch, by the way, every time, even if it's an Evo. Which I did know that, but sometimes it's kind of awkward to do if you don't have the right sequence. But he goes for the minions. I'm going to go for the pre-archers like this. He might giant. He does. He's going to arrows. Okay. Right. So I'm going to fireball this. The reason I'm not using my Tesla is pretty obvious. Well, now I have to, don't I? Shoot, that sucks. Okay. That's actually fine. We're going to try and utilize this to the best of our ability because I need to get the pressure on his tower anyways. So he's not back to Giant. Oh, that's an interesting witch. I don't agree with that. He might be back now, actually, I think. No, he's mini-pecking first. Okay. Now we're going to see a Giant, and we're going to see a Bowler. Wow. Okay. This guy is very interesting. I swear he's back to Giant by now, surely. Somehow the bowler shoots from way downtown is Steph Curry range. Also, there's a new, like, speculation that there's a new card in this game, by the way, for the first time in so long. Apparently, the last card added was Vines, and that was so many months ago that I don't even know. That could have been a year ago at this point. Maybe more. But anyways, enough yapping about that. Hopefully, we'll get some more information from Supercell soon. I'm definitely excited myself to see something brand new in the game. I couldn't even imagine. Like, it's hard to think of concepts for new cards. So whoever is doing that is doing a good job in the first place. But unless they're releasing Boss Bandit, then I'm not giving them any credit. Let's go for the Ice Spirit like this, and then Knight the back. We are still... It just doesn't feel like I'm going to be able to win this game no matter what I do, which kind of sucks. I'm going to Fireball log this again. I think that's the correct play because we get the tower damage, and I really do need the tower damage if I'm going to have any hope of winning this game later in the match. So, he does go for the minions. 100% going to see a Giant here. Let me pre-archers again. Oh, boy. Okay, let's go ahead and Fireball this. I really wish I had Electro Spirit for this matchup, unfortunately. I definitely think that Electro Spirit is the GOAT against Graveyard in terms of one Elixir cards. There's not really a debate. I mean, Skellies are okay, but Electro Spirit can get like 9 Larrys or something in there. Give me one shot Archer, please. We will take that. Every shot is important here. Now, I've got to find a way. Wait, that's a bad witch. I can Fireball that. He played that a little bit too low, which is good for me. Hold on a second. I'm not giving up hope. We're still in this game, even though I would say he should be winning this, but he just uses arrows, right? So I'm going to go for the archers like this right here. Cycle my log as well. There's the snowball. Kind of expected that, but I can go Larry's as well to make sure this doesn't do too much damage on my tower. And I'm just going to go Xbow. Actually, I'm not going to do it. There's no point. I'm just going to Fireball cycle and try and defend. My goal here is to get back to the Evolution Tesla so I can actually kill his graveyard here. Shoot. Okay, I've got to go Skellies first. I'm going to try and not use my Evo Tesla on this first one, then go for the Ice Spirit like this too. Come on. Come on. Come on. We can do this. Wait, I have Evo Tesla for the next yard. We should be fine as long as I don't make any mistakes. Let's go for the archers like this. Only 18 seconds remain. We need to be careful of a giant the bridge, so I'm just going to spam everything the river, and we have this Tesla, so this is great. I can go logged like this. We can just Evo Tesla down low, and that should full counter the graveyard if I'm not mistaken, and we should be... Tesla? Tesla, what are you doing? What are you doing, Tesla? What? Okay, I don't know if I played it wrong or something, but the Tesla just didn't want to pop up, back down and up again like it usually does to counter the graveyard fully. That was terrifying, but thankfully we still win the game and didn't lose because of that, where I probably would have raged pretty loudly in your ears. Up against Furkin in this next match, and it is currently raining outside, so if you can hear it in the background a little bit, I do apologize for that. Maybe it'll be therapeutic low-key. MK the back first play, what are we doing here? So, an immediate Inferno Dragon comes down. I'm just going to go for the Ice Spirit like this. Now, usually I don't love to go for an Xbow if they MK the back, but I feel like he played it into an Archers that was split, so I feel like it was a fine play. Maybe I'm wrong about that, but I'm just going to go for the Knight on top of this MK. He does go for the Guards as well. All right, so... I'm going to go logged, and I'm going to go Archers as soon as I can right here. Hopefully that doesn't jump on them. It actually does. Okay, so bad Archers placement. Could have for sure been a lot better to at least, you know, not let them get jumped on. So he goes for the Hog on 0. That's fine. We can go Skellies on top of this. Oh, it's going to get 2 shots, isn't it? Don't do it. Don't do it. Yeah, it is going to get that second hit, unfortunately. It's still fine, though. I'd still say we're in a good situation here, but overall, I think the best Xbow deck is low-key, unironically, Pumpo this season. I had a just period of games earlier where I played Pump like 7 out of 10 games, which is insane. Obviously, it wasn't all Pumpo. It was like 1 or 2 Pumpos and then a bunch of Sparky Pumps and 3 Musketeers Pumps, which are really annoying decks as well, but maybe Pump is back in the meta as a very good card. I thought they nerfed it and made it not nearly as good, but apparently it's still getting lots of value and didn't change it to an extreme amount. So, not Inferno Dragon, Executioner comes down on the back right there. I've got Archers for that if we need to outrange it. Most likely, he's not going to MK the bridge, but you never know. Sometimes people will just full send at the river since they have enough Elixir for it. But I'm just going to go for the Ice Spirit like this and Archers the back. I feel like that's a good way to describe the game at the moment, is you can full send the river if you have enough Elixir, even if you're not in an Elixir lead, if that makes sense. But he's going to go for the Guards. I'm just going to Larry's early, then cycle my log on top of those Guards to make sure we can at least knock the shield off of them, and don't want to leak Elixir as well. So Zap comes down. Okay, as long as his big spell is only Zap, or his spell is only Zap, we're chilling, but I'm assuming he's probably going to have a Poison or a Fireball or a Lightning or a Rocket. Who knows at this point in this day and age. In terms of his spells, I'm going to go for these Skellies like this on top of the Mini P.E.K.K.A. Knight's going to do a good job of chilling as well. Let me Defensive Xbow 2 right here to get that DPS down on the MK really quickly. So Executioner level 16 comes down as well. Let me go ahead and cycle my Knight kind of early. I'm going to Ice Spirit 2 and then Archers in the middle to DPS down the Hog with a log as well. That rhymed. And that Hog should die with no hits. Perfect. And you know what? I'm actually going to go offensive here. He probably is going to have enough for MK. And this is probably a dumb idea. Yeah, that was a dumb idea. It's fine, though. I mean, we're at least forcing him to play cards in the order that I am kind of wanting him to, not whenever he feels like it, which is always fine. I'm going to go for the Evo Archers like this on top of that Inferno Dragon. Hopefully they can clean up shop right there. Yes, Evo Archers are so good. I honestly think they need another nerf personally, but don't tell anyone I say that because they'll get angry at me if they play them. I'm going to go for the Fireball. Obviously, yeah, they get countered by arrows, but other than that, man, they do get lots and lots of value, so... we're finally able to see the value that they're getting because this guy is not running the arrows for once. I'm going to go for the Archer, split the back once more. Ice Spirit connects. That's big damage. Almost 200 damage, I believe, every single time, which is what the Fire Spirit should also be, by the way, Supercell, since it does splash damage like crazy, but... enough yapping about that. I hate that one Elixir card. It's so annoying. Let's go for the Knight like this. I'm going to be playing Fire Spirit here in a minute whenever I switch to the Pumpo deck. Let's go for the Fireball plus the Tesla in the middle, and we're pretty much chilling. I don't see him breaking through anytime soon as long as I don't make any errors. So I'm going to go for the Ice Spirit like this to push the Hog Rider over to my Tesla. Xbow is going to clean up shop. I'm going to go for another Xbow because why not? We already have one down on the map, so I feel like being aggressive isn't the worst play ever. He does go for the MK, so I can just go for my Archers like this kind of early. I'm also going to go Knight on this MK so it doesn't jump. That's a perfect timing. He has a Lightning this whole time? What the heck? I did not expect that, to be honest. That kind of came out of left field. Yeah, I really didn't expect Lightning there. Did anyone know he had Lightning? I would have not predicted that. But I guess it makes sense if you think about his deck with the Hog, the MK. But he's going to go Guards on top of my Archer. I'm going to go for the Xbow again. The reason I'm doing this is so he can't build a huge push, and he's forced to go MK on defense on the side that I'm going for and not the side that he's going for. Let's go Fireball on top of that. Another Lightning comes down. I can just Skellies for the Inferno Dragon, and we should be absolutely vibing. 45 seconds remain. As long as I don't make any errors, we are good here. Let's go for the Knight like this. Will he MK the back? He does. So, I'm going to play it smart and go defensive Xbow instead of playing an offensive other lane and potentially choking the game. I'd rather just lock down on defense. He does go Infernal Dragon Evolution, so I'm going to go for the double set of archers here to DPS down everything quickly. And then he does have lighting, so I got to be kind of careful of that. Just going to go for these skellies as well on top. He could go for the hog. Yeah, he does go hog other lane. So I'm going to go for the Ice Spirit up top. Let's go ahead and just fireball the Hog Rider right now. Oh no, oh no, 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 no. Oh my goodness, one more tick and who knows what would have happened right there. You never can tell with that card, but I don't want to find out, to be completely honest. Let's go Ice Spirit like this, and that's going to completely finish off this game. Looked a little scary for a second, but overall, we had control of that match the entire match, and we did play that one pretty well. Was an interesting deck for sure from the opponent. I feel like it was a bit clunky, but we will definitely take the victory and not complain about it. Okay, here we go now playing Pumpbo in this next game. This guy goes for the Bandit first place. We're just going to go for the Fire Spirit plus Skellies on top of that. And man, this, in my opinion, is probably the easiest deck to use in terms of, like, you can just beat almost anything except for Earthquake decks, but we're not going to face Earthquake. Earthquake is not a popular card. You know, you face it occasionally. Not that often, you know, every once in a while, and if you do face it, you just gotta not play the pump at all, pretty much, or only pump when they've Earthquaked your Xbow or something. But he goes for the Princess. That's fine with me. I'm just gonna go ahead and drop down my Collector and go for the Log Low right here. Perfect. That's not going to get the Princess, unfortunately. I was hoping maybe the Princess would, like, walk forward, but it did get distracted by the Valkyrie. I mean, who wouldn't? I'm going to go for the Valkyrie on top of that right there, and then see what he does want to do. I'm going to go for the Electro Spirit plus Fire Spirit on top of the Princess. A Royal Ghost comes down. Oh, rate the impression. Was that pretty good or pretty bad? I don't know. It sounded pretty good to me. But Evo Skelly's going to do a decent job of cleaning up shop right there. Not bad at all. And honestly, I think in this situation, I'd just pump up again. It looks like he's playing a deck with no big spell, so, I mean, good luck, man. Let's go for the log last second. The reason I pump first is so I can get back to my pump faster. When I log, you know, it's already one card closer to my pump. And we have just two collectors down. He's going to snowball my king? I guess he gave up. You know what? Honestly, he had no big spell, it doesn't seem like. I don't even blame him for giving up. We'll just go ahead and go for the Wizard plus the Valkyrie at the bridge. I'm going to make sure he's not, you know, baiting me or something, and he's actually letting me win this game. Not trolling. No, he's going to just let me win the game. Fair enough, man. We'll take that win and go to the next game. That shows the power of this deck, I guess. Holy moly. In our next match against Missouri, right here, going to go for the Skeletons on top of the bridge and then Fire Spirit immediately. And we're already to the Collector, which is pretty broken. I'm not going to lie to you guys. So if Valk comes down, I'm just going to go ahead and pump up right away. He could try and Hog or Balloon or Graveyard, whichever one he has. Looks like it is going to be Balloon, so I'm going to go for the Wizard, and then I'm just going to pop my ability instantly here to make everything get pulled backwards in the Tornado. Electro Spirit should buy me. Oh, no, it died. It died to the Valk. That was unlucky, but it's still fine. We don't take any Balloon damage besides the death damage as well, which is okay. And looks like he probably has Lava Hound as well because he does have Valk plus Balloon. Usually you play either Valk Balloon XC Minor, that version, or Lava Hound if you are running those two cards, and he hasn't played a Minor yet on my pump, so I would assume he doesn't have it. I'm going to go for the Fire Spirit left-hand side. He zaps, so it's definitely Lava Hound. I'm going to drop down my Collector. Hopefully he doesn't have the Hero Mega Minion. That could cause some problems, and a Lava Hound just comes down. Okay, so I'm guessing he most likely, probably 95% chance he has Fireball in this deck. So I'm going to be a little bit careful with my Wizard. I'm going to play it like this right here because he's not going to react fast enough to get the Fireball on both of those. There's no way. And I want him to have to pick and choose what he is Fireballing. So Infernal Drag comes down. I'm just going to go Valkyrie like this. I could have actually played that one tile lower, I think, to kite that over. I guess it doesn't really change that much, but still maybe would have let my tower on the right-hand side hit the Infernal Dragon. That probably actually does change quite a lot if you think about it, but that's still going to be fine right there. We get the Wizard to clean up that entire left side. I can pop my ability on this right side. It doesn't really do great, but this time I'm not going to make the same mistake. I'm going to go for my Valkyrie to make sure we kite that over. That one Larry, oh, if we had a few more seconds. Wait, did I just lose? Uh-oh. I don't have any Elixir, or I don't have Wizard in cycle. Both of those problems are happening right now. We do have Wizard now, so I'm going to go for the Wizard. This is definitely not the greatest start to a game. I thought we were chilling, but I didn't even think about him going Balloon to bridge. My brain is completely turned off by just not thinking after that last match where I was just spamming cards. But Wizard's going to connect on tower for a few hits. Not too shabby. We'll take that damage. That's pretty good damage. Let's go Xbow left-hand lane and see how he wants to react to this. Valkyrie comes down. I'm going to go for my own Valkyrie. Gosh dang it. He plays his Infernal Drag the same time. Oof. This is a yikes at the moment. I guess I'll go Skellies to distract the Infernal Dragon for now, and then Wizard. Oh, no. Well, okay, there's two ways to look at this. This could go well, potentially. Depends on if he's gonna... Well, no, he's gonna... Wait, what? He missed the Fireball. I was gonna say if he defends this, I could be in trouble. But he misses the Fireball completely, so now I think we're in a good spot. I can go for the Wizard early. Remember, no Fireball in rotation, so let me go for the Fire Spirit like this, get that early DPS. Unfortunately, it didn't hit the Balloon. I was hoping it would hit the Balloon right there, but the Wizard's gonna clean up shop. Okay, this Infernal Dragon could ruin my day, and I don't want that to happen, so I'm gonna go for a second second wizard. He's back to fireball, I'm pretty sure, already, so I'm just going to need to pop my ability and go for the fire spirit like this. Is he going to fireball this? I would assume so. Yes, he does. So I just need to make sure we don't lose to this Infernal Dragon. I'm going to go for the Electro Spirit over here. Don't let that touch my tower. Pretty please. Skellies come down, and we are going to successfully win this game. That was kind of an interesting match, but overall, we played decently. Almost lost, but we'll take it. Up against final boss, and we are currently getting lightning cycled in real life. At the moment, so I'm gonna go for the Electro Spirit like this right here. Man, I know some of y'all watched that video. Like, that's probably more than a year ago at this point, the lightning cycle one. Oh man, that was one of my favorite videos ever recorded. But just gonna go for these skellies like this. It was literally pounding, like lightning storming while I was recording the video, and it was a short video too, because I was like, felt like I was annoying you guys by recording in it. But he has E-Golem, it looks like here, so this is going to be quite the experience. I'm guessing he probably has Void, right? So I'm going to pop the ability instantly here. Are we going to see a Void from the opponent? We are not. Maybe he doesn't have Void. Let's go for the Valkyrie behind on top of this. No, he does. Wait, why did he not play it quicker? I don't know. I'm not going to question the Elixir Golem mind here because you never can read it. It's honestly always going to be something random or sporadic. So, honestly, overall, not the worst start to this game. We have the Collector down, and of course, he's going to pretty much be pressuring us for most of the match. So, as long as I get a bunch of Collectors, we should be fine. Also, this should be a good matchup, as long as I don't get overwhelmed in single, because think about it. I have Valkyrie Evolution, which just full counters his entire deck easily. I mean, it's one of the best counters to E-Golem in general. And then I have Wizard Hero, which is a great counter as well. So, I'm actually going to Valk here. The reason I'm going to Valk instead of Log is because, number one, he has to respond to this. And number two, I'm getting to my evolution for the next E-Golem, so I think this is the right play. Let's go for the Wizard at the back. If he goes E-Golem other lane, which there's potential he will, I am going to get back to a Valkyrie, and he's going to regret that. So we'll see. I'm going to go for the Fire Spirit like this right now. Oh, man. Okay, so here's what I'm thinking. I think we just go Xbow. I don't see him even defending this. He could go for an Executioner after this Xbow locks. Night Witch comes down. I mean, we have Evo Valk in hand, so I don't feel threatened even a little bit right now. So I'm just going to go for the early Evo Valk. There's the Xe. He's full committing to this push. Yeah, let's go for the Skellies to block the first initial shot, so my Valkyrie can actually pull everything in together, and then Wizard, then ability, then Log, then Protect it. Oh my goodness, this is absolutely perfect. Look at the value from that Wizard. He didn't even touch my tower. Oh my goodness gracious, that was dirty. Okay, so yeah, there's no way he's breaking through. I'm going to go for the Xbow again. He is going to go for one more Elixir Golem push. Realistically here, if we can just get back to another Wizard, there's absolutely no way he's getting damage. So I'm going to go for the early Log so I can get to my Electro Spirit. And I'm going to go for the Electro Spirit to hopefully kill that Skeleton, a General thingy. It didn't even kill the General. My goodness, gosh darn it, Electro Spirit. You've been selling me recently. But it doesn't even matter because I already have another Log. I already have another Valkyrie. I already have another Wizard. How on earth is he supposed to break through this? Just infinite pool of defense. I can kite everything back so we can get back to another Valkyrie. This time it's an evolution. Another Wizard. Oh man, this is disgusting. Literally nothing. He couldn't do anything right there, and that is a great feeling when you are playing against a deck like Elixir Golem, just completely controlling the match. He had absolutely no hope. Let's get a triple Wizard on the map for a bit of swag factor, and we do have 3 Wizards. Let's go. Nice win. Okay, here we go. We are now in with Icebow, and I feel like it's fair that we only get 1 game of Icebow because you guys already know the sample size. I would also never recommend anyone to play Icebow. I know a lot of you do. I would never recommend it as like your main deck because the deck overall is just weak. And probably, like, realistically will never be in the meta. So I'm going to go for the Knight in front of my Ice Wizard right here. Looks like he's playing 3.0 Xbow. I'm going to get aggressive here, actually, with my Xbow. You know what? This is literally playing all my Elixir, but I'm going to go for the NATO and to get the King Tower, or the Xbow lock on the tower as well. So Ice Wiz connects, Knight gets on tower as well for a couple of hits, and we are dominating this match so far. And by dominating, I mean I got 1 tornado lock, which is sometimes all you need. He does have Rocket, by the way, which kind of sucks. I would much rather him have the Fireball, just because he's going to ability, isn't he? Yep, I knew it. But I'd rather him have the Fireball because I think that Rocket and a quicker cycle can sometimes get you in some trouble. And, you know, obviously, if the game is really close at the end, he's going to be able to outcycle me and get more Rockets on my tower than I can on his. So we're going to have to find a healthy balance here. I'm going to go for the Knight like this in the middle. I kind of am curious to see if he's going to overspend on this Xbow. Yeah, he is. So I'm just going to Rocket on top of that right there. We get the Xbow and the Archers, and he goes for the Knight, the Bridge. Okay, that is an interesting play. I'm going to go ahead and I guess I'll Tornado. My cycle is really bad, so I guess maybe that was potentially why he did that Knight in the first place. But we should be fine. I have Ice Wizard back in rotation. I have Knight Evo next. He might be able to outcycle me, though, is the only thing I'm kind of a little bit worried about in terms of this next couple 20 seconds or so. So I believe, wait, has he played 2 sets of Archers? He has, right? Because he played those Archers on the Bridge. So he has Evo Archers in cycle, I think, unless I'm going clinically insane. I'm going to go Ice Wiz the middle like this right here. We do see the Xbow come down in an immediate Tesla. Wow. Okay, so I'll go Knight. I really wish I didn't have to rocket this. I would love to defend this with no rocket, but I think it's not realistic. So I'm just going to take the rocket right there. Only a minute left. The game's not completely over. We definitely can win this. He's probably going to go for the Knight. Let me go for prediction. Oh my gosh, that was the worst prediction tornado ever. Oh, he's going to Xbow now. Wait, did I just sell the game by doing that? Oh no. I'm starting to regret my decision-making just a little bit here. He's going to Tesla. It's okay. He's probably going to rocket my tower in this situation, I would assume. Rocket does actually get on top of his Tesla, so that's good. He does go for the Evo Archers. I'm kind of forced to defensive bow. I know he's going to rocket my tower 100%. Like, there's no debate about this in my head. There it is. So we'll go for the log on that Archer on the left-hand side. All right, so I got that early lock, but I've kind of sold my lead by just playing bad overall. I'm going to go for the Ice with the back. How do we do this in this situation? I'm going to rocket instantly. I would assume he's probably going to rocket as well, so I'm going to wait a few seconds. He's probably going to rocket my tower back, I would assume, so I'm just going to go for the Xbow, predicting the rocket right now. Wait, what? Oh, no. Why did he do that? Why would you ever do that? Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no, I just lost. That was literally the worst timing I could have possibly gotten. I've got to go for the Ice was the middle. I panicked. Okay, I lost. I have to rocket this. Wait, this game's over. Dude, why did he Expo? That didn't make any sense. Oh, whatever. I guess it's fine. We can still come back, even though we are in, like, the worst situation ever after that play. Sometimes it's all literally just one play that catches you off guard or doesn't make much sense that you don't expect, and then bang, just like that, all your hard work is gone, and you pretty much are fighting for your life to even stay in the match. So he goes for the Tesla, the bridge. I have to Tesla as well. Wow, this is really, really, really bad. Let's go for the Skellies like this. Let's go ahead and drop our Knight as well. Kind of have no choice. Whew. Wow, so this game went from really good start to just everything going wrong. Let's see if I can pull this one back and really lock it in here. I'm going to go Rocket. We do get the Knight in that Rocket as well, so definitely a positive +3 trade. I will take that for sure any day of the week. He's most likely going to go Rocket on my tower, which I, of course, have to be careful about. You know, I'm going to go for the Ice Wizard first. He has Evo Archers back in rotation, doesn't he? I'm pretty sure. So I'm going to wait for those. Yep, and then NATO Log immediately on top of those. He's going to rocket my tower, so I'm going to go for my Xbow now. And then I'm going to go ahead and try and pressure him because, like I said at the beginning of this game, if I do get into a rocket cycle battle with him at the end of this match here, he's going to win because he has a faster cycle. So I've got to play differently than him. So I'm going to go for the rocket right now since we still have the Xbow kind of pressuring. Let's go NATO as well, please. Oh, it wasn't enough, unfortunately. That would have been nice if we could get the NATO off, but he does let the Xbow connect. Wait a second. That's a pretty big mistake. I'm going to go for another Xbow like this right now. 30 seconds left. How am I going to win this match? Let's go Evo Tesla. Let's go for the Log and then Skellies. Oh, please, Evo Archers, do not ruin my day right now. We can Ice Whiz again. I should have rocketed. I should have rocketed. I should have rocketed. Oh, no, I should have rocketed. I can't rocket twice now. I have to predict the Tesla. Oh, nice! Let's go for the pre-NATO on the Skellies, please. Oh my goodness. We're on tower. That's game. Bro, I can't believe we just won like that. That was really close. Kind of a sloppy match, but in the end, we pulled it off. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed Expo Week. It was really fun to record. And of course, as always, enjoy the Butch clip. And love y'all. Have a good one.